said something very important, Steve. Very important.
Yes.
You said Americans aren't engaged in whether or not the regime change in Iran. They're not. You know what they're engaged in, Steve? They're engaged in a $4 gallon gasoline, because most people aren't Steve Bannon or Eric Bolling, where we can go and fill up whatever car we're driving. Most people in America, in fact, 2/3 of America can't afford a $600 tire change if they have a blowout. They're living paycheck to paycheck. So yeah, that $4, that $100 fill up on their truck hurts them when they see it, and they care about a lower price. I don't think the administration is thinking about those folks, which is a vast majority of MAGA base included. I see Kevin Hastert out there taking a freaking victory lap because inflation ticked down from 3.9% to 3.6%. That is double where it should be. It's triple where it was Trump 1.0. This is no victory. This is a short-lived 5-minute respite on an inflation number that's going to spike again as oil prices are spiking as we speak. We need to get the numbers down. We need to tell the folks in America, America is affordable. Trump policy is affordable American living, not live paycheck to paycheck, and not be able to take your wife out to freaking dinner maybe once a month because you can't afford it. I don't think the administration is listening to those people. And I love this Steve Bannon who just said, what the hell are we doing there? We're not going to get any regime change. We'll never have regime change with the Iranians. So let's save our own ass.
If you watch the show, that's been our mantra. I've been economic warfare. The kinetic part of this is ridiculous. Also, the phone calls that President Trump got yesterday. And this is what we have to be realistic about this. We have an Islamic invasion of this country. We have a red-green alliance that runs New York City. They're all over Los Angeles, Chicago, Minneapolis. They're the John C. Calhouns of the 21st century, in that they've nullified all federal law to be sanctuary cities. Yesterday, they got Mark Wayne Mullen to blink. Mike Davis got so hot about that, he calls me up right away and says, "Hey, I got to come on here. Because of one incident, you're going to shut down all traffic stops on getting rid of the bad hombres. You can't do that." So those are the things President Trump on. But the calls he got yesterday from the Gulf, the Gulf Arabs, Qatar and UAE and Saudi Arabia are no better. When in singling out Israel, the Gulf guys are actually, I think, even worse, because they're the ones with Pakistan that are funding the Islamic invasion of the United States. That money's all coming from their oil monies. That's why I have no problem taking 20%. If you're going to keep the fleet there, let's go non-kinetic. No more bombing runs. We don't have to do that, but choke this regime down with economics, with sanctions, no oil to this Chinese Communist Party, no cash to the mullahs, all of it. And hey, if it takes 20% and that's their profits, then big deal. Why do we care about a bunch of corrupt monarchies that have